Three, two, one.
Here we go!
And welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour Kite Surfing Discipline, the season finale here in Brazil, Taiba. Yesterday, we already saw the men making it all the way through to the semi-finals. We had the girls going out this morning. Then there was, unfortunately, some water safety issues that we had to put the competition on standby. But we are back with more action now. And we are going to be starting off with semi-final number 1 of the men. But before we go out onto the action on the water, let's catch up and see what happened there on day number 2. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day number 2. We have come bright and early to make sure we are here with the sweet spot of the tide, and we can already see that wind is starting to filter in. We have our riders getting ready, but before we see them go into action, let's catch up with our world's title contenders.
My real name, Full, or the one that everybody knows?
I have 4.
Two different things.
My name is Sebastian Ribeiro.
For those who doesn't know, my name is Marcial Lopez Almeida.
My name is Pedro Matos.
Machu is better, Machu Lopez.
My name is James Storm Carew.
I know I have older competitors.
They're doing their job, I'm doing my job.
All my rivals are my teammates.
We talk a lot to each other.
I don't really think too much about that.
For me, finding them on the water, it's like any other rider. I'm just gonna do my best, I'm just gonna go for it.
I just try to focus on myself.
We're all pretty close.
When it's my first hit, I just go there, check the number of my hit.
But I think inside the water, like, everybody want to win.
Don't even want to know who I am against with.
And that's normal, like, that's competition. And I think competition makes us going better.
I think it's just stick to the plan. It's going good.
For me, the world title is a bit of a second thought at the moment. I just want to win this event.
Hit by hit.
It's time to show it.
Let's get it.
As the atmosphere built during an early morning skippers meeting, the clouds kept the building wind at bay and the tide continued to drop. By the time the action resumed for the remaining heats of round 3, a big spring tide was revealing challenges of its own. Smaller wave conditions and lighter winds faced riders in round 3 and 4. Swell selection was key, with the better riders able to maximize what critical sections there were, using tight kite control to stay close to the wave. In round 4, Gabriel Benetton, Camille Delanois and Kiko Roy all took advantage of their aerial skills, with slick double front rolls carrying them through. The first big upset of the competition was ranked 4th Ali Bakali lost to Kiko Roy and was the first championship contender out of the running. The wind and wave situation picked up early in round 5. Standout of the day, Gabriel Benetton really hit his stride with a double front shove it and then the fully loose, stylish Brazilian surfing against Reese Myerscott with the highest combination score of the competition with 24.40. Fast forward to the quarterfinals and Gabriel took out one of the leading championship contenders in a thrilling all-Brazilian frontside versus backside encounter. Number 2 in the ranking, Sebastian Ribeiro, was suddenly out of the competition.
Yeah, just with Sebastian, like his inspiration to me since I started kiting, and a big fan of him. So yeah, I'm stoked to make this hit. I feel like the hard work like that I did on my trainings and everything now is like paying off. So yeah, pretty stoked. The plan now is get to the finals and win.
The championship now comes down to Mato Lopez chasing James Carew down. Mato Lopez came through a tight quarterfinal against Nikola Adavjiev and says he has much more to give. Mato will ride in the first semi-final against the Brazilian Pedro Matos. If Mato loses that heat, James Carew will be world champion, but if Mato beats Pedro, the pressure shifts to the second semi-final. Regardless of what Mato achieves though, if James Carew can beat the highest performer of the event, Brazilian Gabriel Benetton, in the second semi-final, then the Australian will be assured of claiming back-to-back world championships. Should Gabriel beat James in the second semi-final and Mato goes on to win the event, then Mato will be on top of the world for the second time in his career. What an incredible day of action we have had here in Taiba, and already some of the big players are knocked out of the competition, leaving only two names in the world title race, James Carew and Mato Lopez. Tune in live tomorrow as we could be crowning our world champions. Wow, what an amount of action we had out there on day number 2. And now just look at that image. The waves are here, the wind is here, the sun is shining, and this is beautiful Brazil. As we said, we started off in the morning with the ladies. Unfortunately, there were some security issues with the jet ski, so we had to put the competition on hold. And now we are back in action as we are going to be starting off with semi-final 1 of the men. Pedro Matos and Mato Lopez will be going up with a green flag at 1:30 in the afternoon. But as we said there before, there are world title race scenarios out there. Two men, two names are the standouts, Mato Lopez and James Carew, and we caught up with them yesterday.
I'm emotionless. I'm here to win.
I need to be who I am.
I don't care what anybody else does.
Gonna have a lot of fun.
It's gonna be undeniable. I want to win this shit.
And I'm gonna make it.
Wow, those are the faces. You can see the look in their eyes. There is fuego, there is fire, as the World Championship title is up for grabs. But before we get into the action out there on the water in just under 5 minutes, let's have a little look at what that journey has been with the Elimination Ladder journey. All right, so here we can see this was round number 5. Hendricks putting on a solid performance. Mato Lopez, you can see, very close heat there with Yanis and Olmo. I mean, tell me about Sebastian Ribeiro, Liam.
Sebastian Ribeiro, he is a pure wave surfer, a very confident guy when it comes to shredding out on the water, taking out Francesco Capuzzo there.
Yeah, and we can also see two of the big names and semi-final number 2, which will be Gabriel Benetton and James Carew. Both of those boys already above those 20 points. And that was already down there in round number 5. Let's move on and see what happened in the quarterfinals. Here are the quarterfinals. Pedro Matos, by the skin of his teeth, was able to go past Hendrik Lopez. Hendrik Lopez putting on a solid performance. And then probably the big moment of the day was where Gabriel Benetton beat his fellow compadre, Sebastian Ribeiro from Brazil.
Yes, Gabriel Benetton. He's been putting on a great show and really in his home country here. Really exciting to see how he goes up later on. So, yeah, another guy that you've got to keep your eyes on, Joe.
You definitely do. And now it's time to see the matchups. Let's move over to the semi-finals. Here we have them. First semi-final going on the water, which will be green flag in just under 5 minutes. We have Pedro Matos, Mato Lopez, Gabriel Benetton, and James Carew. Let's get right out there into the action.
And there it is, your first semi-final, heat number 1, Pedro Matos against Mato Lopez. And wow, what a heat we have on our hands here. You can see The flag's there on your left, waiting for that green flag to go high in the sky. We're just a few moments away now from the first semi-final. This one has been brewing up nicely. Mato Lopez with a world title chance, but he must win here to keep the hopes alive. Pedro Matos there, been putting on a good show, just nipped past in his last heat with that last wave score where he managed to get his 5 to advance through. So both riders have sure had a tough little journey to get to this point, but here they are now in our semi-final, heat number 1. Cannot wait for this one to get started. There you can see some of the kites on the left-hand side just getting rigged up and flown into the sky. Joe, we are very, very, very close to the first semi-final.
Yeah, we are right there. It is getting ready to rumble, and I can't wait to see the action. Pedro Matos, Mato Lopez, and watch it. There it is. There it is. That is the man of the moments. As we can hear, there it is. Red flag in the sky, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes. 4 minutes until we go into this first semi-final. So let's remind the scenarios out there. If Mato loses his semi-final, James Carew is world champion. If Mato wins his semi-final, but James also wins his semi, then James is world champion. Mato must win the event with James third to be world champ. And if Mato advances and James doesn't, it will only depend on Mato's final. He needs to win. So basically, Mato needs to win this event to be the new world champion, and James only has to make it through the next heat.
Wow.
Big moments. Big moments, but these are the moments we live for. And there we have both of the riders out there, the two duotone boys, Mato Lopez on the left, Pedro Matos, and that is what we are talking about. Sportsmanship. They're both friends on and off the water. Let's go, let's go. Semi-final number 1. Oh, and the windmill, Mr. Tropical getting ready to send the waves, getting ready to throw the fly. But I tell you what, Pedro Matos is also looking very strong in this event.
Yes, he sure is looking very strong, and a very, very confident wave rider as well. Got through nicely the other day, and there, Mato on your screen, just saw riding the Neo. They're both on the Neo out there. Saw Mato on the 10. Would be interesting to see what size Pedro's also on, but there he is on your screen. Pedro Matos riding with the cap, keeping the sun out of the eyes. Both very, very strong individuals, and Mato, big fan of his riding style, Joe.
Yeah, let's not forget, both of these boys have gone up against each other various times as we come into it. And yeah, they know exactly what they have to do. One of the things that has changed for this heat is that there are 15 trick attempts. So a total of 15 moves that they can do. Inside those moves, they can either decide to do a freestyle move or they can either decide to do a wave. So there is basically 15 attempts of showing what this sport is about, to be able to express themselves out there on the water as we are coming down to it. Let's not forget, last year Pedro Matos was 3rd overall and Mato Lopez was 4th. So I know both of these boys are going to want to throw down. Mato Lopez here 3rd in 2022 because he got that 3rd place in Dakar. And Pedro Matos getting knocked out a little bit too early by Ali Bakali. Anything can happen. Back on form here in the semi-final. I can't wait because there is going to be blood. There is going to be tears. And I tell you what, there is going to be some flow.
Flow is what we love to see these guys do as well. The surfboard riders always showing the flow, always showing the fire. And I've just come up from the beach just about 5 minutes ago. The wind's looking good out there and the waves sure are at that good tide state. Mid-tide now, so the rocks have nicely disappeared. So hopefully some nice rolling sets to come our way.
Yeah, and then we can see on our screen also there with the D-Labs and the Capital.com on his kite. James Carew, current number 1. Just standing down there. I see he's going to be going up in semi-final number 2 with Gabriel Benetton. There he is together with Gilly Brandao down there, just giving him the last little pointers. Gilly Brandao, also a very talented Brazilian wave rider. He freestyled back in the days when I was competing and now working for Mystic Kiteboarding and training this young man. I'm going to say it, definitely the man of the moment and the man of the event so far has definitely been that young Brazilian ripper, Gabriel Benetton. But now let's get our eyes on the prize and our eyes out there on the water as we are very close to the green flag here of semi-final number 1. Pedro Matos on the right with the hat. Mato Lopez on the left with the dreads. duotone teammates are going to be battling it out. Let's go, let's go!
Okay, here we go. Very, very excited. Green flag, I look out the side of the window, is up. So now all systems go. First semi-final of the men's. Let's see what they can deliver and throw our way.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be able to throw some bombs. The difference here is that they can decide if they want to do freestyle maneuvers or if they want to do waves. So it is going to be a battle out there, but it still counts. Top 2 waves, best freestyle move. And now jumping in and dropping in for the first surf of the day. Pedro Matos connecting the first nice point. This wave has opened up very nicely. 2 solid, decent hits. Coming down all the way, going for the third, letting the tail loose, breaking it out so he can stay with the impact zone of the wave. And managing to get 4 decent hacks. As he's going to have a little finisher here. You can see him getting ready. Probably going to be going for that reverse. And just ended it off here. Pedro Matos adding the surfing. A little bit of a flick. Going for that 360. And here we have Matos Lopez. Going backside here on the inside. Let's see if we can get a replay of that one. Matos Lopez. There he is. Okay, looks like we were going to get it. There it goes. All right. First turn. Up and over. Nice and vertical, Liam. Yeah. Good maneuver. And Matos Lopez there getting the 360. So it looks like our replay was going a little bit crazy. But we could see that Matos also had the handle past the backside 3 off of the wave. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to see.
This is certainly what we want to see, and it's just so early on in the heat there. Matos, the replay showing that, look at the control he's got on that bar, yanking on the lines, getting full power, and there he is, just cruising around on the way, showing his elegant style. And now we go back out to the water, and there he is on your screen. Very, very tense times, and I cannot wait to see what the judges put for those scores.
Yeah, just waiting for those numbers to come up. Cameraman, let's get the replay of that last freestyle move of Matos off of the wave, because we did see getting a backside 3. We'll get that to you very shortly, and Matos is going to be happy. He's been trying that throughout the most of the competition, but wasn't able to get it, and it has all come down to this. It has all come down to that final moment, and I tell you what, Matos Lopez throwing down. He is on fire. He is in sync. And what is it going to be? Pedro Matos at the moment, 7.13 for that wave ride. A very nice wave ride. And here it is, Matos off of the kicker, getting around, spinning it. Backside 3, flat 3. And that is what I call a freestyle move already starting off.
And you can see him there just looking back. He knows he's good. Pedro going for, has he stumped it? No, he hasn't. Big butt check there. I'm sure we'll see him attempt that move again. But Matos Lopez 5.33 chasing in second. And I guess plenty of time left. We've got plenty of time left. Slightly longer heat. So 5.33, 7.13 is what he's chasing from Pedro Matos.
Yeah, I mean, both of these guys, we're still waiting for that freestyle score to be dropped for Matos. I know they're going out. Obviously, the scores will be updating. We're keeping you on top of things. Let's not forget, we have 15 minutes of action, 4-minute transition. Semi-final number 1. If Pedro Matos wins this heat, James Carew will be crowned world champion. James already getting ready, all the way up wins. So when we finish, he's going to have his semi-final number 2. We will have to see, is he going to become the new world champion? We will have to soon find out. But this man here, Matos Lopez, is the man of the moment. He is out there so far, still waiting for his freestyle score to come in, and he is going to start to come down with some flow. So much style backside, 2 round in the house, back to the power zone. Going, you can see it still is a little bit light out there. Once again, just riding this one all the way down and adding a little bit of the 360 there. As he does that roundhouse. And Matos Lopez, I mean, that is what I call squeezing the fruit and getting all of the juice. Matos Lopez. Let's see how that's going to compare to Pedro's 7.13. That's going to be an interesting point to see where the judges are at with the scoring.
Yeah, he's a thirsty lad out there, squeezing everything he can out of that wave, and sort of a mediocre wave there for Matos, but he made it look like a real bomb coming through his way, just putting in so many nice, elegant turns. And here we have Pedro Matos on the previous wave that unfortunately we didn't see, and you can see getting caught up in a little bit of whitewash there, flatlining this section of the wave. So definitely was hoping for a better one, just doing what he can with what he's got out there at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, but that, that is what a competitor has to do. They have to deal with the situations that come at hand. They have to know what to do, how to make it all work. This is what it's about. This is the GK Kite World Tour with our headline sponsor of Qatar Airways. And I tell you what, two of the airlines out there at the moment, you have the Brazilian Airlines and you got the Cape Verdean Airlines, and they are flying in all guns blazing.
Guns blazing, pistons firing. It's what we love to see in a semi-final. Keep it coming, boys. Keep it coming. And here we have Pedro Matos. Nice big first hack on the top of that wave. Really riding this one nicely. That's the third one. Thanks for coming. Signed, sealed, delivered. Lovely little maneuver there at the top of the wave. And it's not done yet. This wave's still got some more venom in it.
It definitely does. You can see they are really pushing it all the way down. Oh, Pedro just getting pulled out of his kite and going down there. But very similar surfing skills from both of these guys so far. It is very equal. And I will say we are still waiting for that freestyle maneuver score to drop from Lopez. As the judges, they are not even getting a breather. Machu up and off the top, letting that tail loose and releasing. Here he goes once again. Oh, Machu, he's hungry, and getting in yet another wave score. And he's waiting to try and find out if he is first or second as those updates are coming. Here we can see that nice wave from Pedro.
Yeah, lovely little replay here. And here he goes. Nice bottom turn. Really making the most out of it. This is the one I love. Boom. And then that little 360 on the top of the wave, pumping the board because it still had a little bit more juice. And there, the fourth turn, really getting that tail loose like you say, Joe. And then number 5, and again, just unfortunately going down a little bit, but there it is. There's the freestyle maneuver.
Yeah, there's that front shove from Pedro, meaning he already had it kind of, a fumbled one. He had a butt check one on a 2.50. That's going to get better than the one he has at hand. Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening out there. We have two freestyle guys, two surfers out on the water. One freestyle move will count, two waves will count. That is where they're going to get scored. The perfect 30 would be nice to see up on the screen. We've already seen Gabriel Benetton, who's coming up next with a 24+ score. Both of these boys, they are going like no tomorrow, and we are still waiting for that handle pass score of Machu. It is in the system. Numbers are not up yet, and I tell you what, I reckon that might throw a spanner in the works because the handle pass is a very wild score maneuver. Going to be interesting. I'm going to say it. It is cutthroat out there. It is so close in between these two guys.
Yeah, very, very, very thin lines. So we can see there's one score missing, and as you say, Joe, that will drop hopefully very, very soon once our judges have, calculated what it deserves. But, we've seen James as well do that handle pass, and it scores big. So very, very interesting. And here we have the eye in the sky, just following our riders. There we are, the competition site. Beautiful little spot here we have in Taiba. Another score drops there for Pedro, sitting on 19 at the moment. But still that one score missing with this man here dropping into what looks like a very nice wave.
Yeah, here we see Machu off of the top, yanking it around. Ooh, almost having a little fumble there, you can see. And this one's opening up very nicely. One of the better waves we've seen so far. Can Machu make something of it? Deciding against it, only getting 2 turns. Let's have a little look at his wave score. He's got a 5.80 and a 5.43. Pedro Matos is 7.13. That banger he had as an opener, and a 5.50 for that second wave. So Pedro in the lead. What would we would need to see something above a 777 for Machu, as he is missing his freestyle score. I'm going to say it. That handle pass might be around there. We just caught the end of it, waiting for the judges, as we are still waiting to see. Because I tell you what, talk about leaving it down the line. Pedro, big open face, Carew, linking up 2 very nice maneuvers. All right, Pedro up and over, making his way down. Look at this one. Perfectly timed, driving through the fins. Pedrinho, forza brasileira en el agua. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen.
Leg burner for sure there. And here he is on your screen, running back up the beach. So that is going to be a wave score coming his way. And we We've seen a few riders do this where they're sprinting back upwind. It doesn't look like Pedro here is going to change his toys because he wants to keep what he's on. He's nicely powered on his kite. He's got the right board under his feet and just getting there some advice from his caddy, just telling him where he's sitting. You know, he's nice on first at the moment, but that score still to drop for Mato, and that really could spice things up a little bit, change the game out there. And beautiful drone shot with just under 5 minutes left of this heat. What a heat it has been. 2/3 of the way through now. Mato Lopez, there's another score. So 17.73 there, Joe. 3 scores on the board for both riders. There he is on your screen, Mato Lopez, trying to find out what's going on. Just asking his caddy, am I first, am I second? Needs to know what to do in the final stages of this heat.
Yeah, all right. So the backside free there was a 6.50. So it is close in between the two of them. Basically, Pedro has the upper hand on the wave. Mato now needs to surf it out, or he needs to get a big score on the freestyle, as there is only 1.27 in between these two guys. But let's not forget, grand semi-final out there on the water, as both of these boys are out there. Mr. Tropical dándole duro, vamos Torito. And also Pedrinho. They know they have the fire. They know what it is about. And now it is going to come down to the final 4 minutes. Nothing but action out here in Taiba.
Action. We love action. It's what we live and breathe out here in Brazil. We've had it all day yesterday. We've had it today as well. So keep it coming our way. And we can see Mato on our screen, just having a little look over his left and right shoulder. Definitely the waves are delivering on this heat. We've seen a little bit of a lull now and then, but there's been some nice, lovely sets. And we can see this one's shaping up rather nicely for Mr. Tropical.
Yeah, it definitely is shaping up. Oh, up and over. Big smack right in the face of Pedro Matos. I know Pedro has seen that one. Foam ride here for Mato. Going to be making it all the way down. Speed lines it. Goes in. This is going to be the roundhouse. Back to the power section of the wave. Racks it around. This is looking like a very good one. Very big first hack. Gets the tail loose. Comes down. He's got to be happy with this ride. He's going to be able to end it off with one maneuver. What's it going to be? Mato Lopez just being able to finish off that one. I tell you what, these boys are not stopping. It is nothing but, I mean, they are machine guns out there. AK-47s on the water. Watch out. And now let's have a little look at what that is going to be, as Mato is going to be getting a very good score. That is definitely going to be improving on his backups. And here we can see Pedrinho. Look at that surfing style, opening the shoulders, opening the hits, Liam.
Great. Just to watch these guys surf that wave, just looking so elegant, making it look too easy. That's what these guys do. They make it look easy. And by Lord, is it a tough maneuver to do what they do on the waves right now. And Pedro Matos just getting amongst this one, getting his teeth sunk right into this wave and just finishing it off there with one of those classic maneuvers.
Yeah, and we can see just waiting for some numbers to be dropped there by Mato, but it is looking like he is definitely going to have an improve on his wave score, as we're just waiting for that to come in. So this is going to start to make a mix. This is going to start to mix this together, as we have Pedro Matos winning by 3.30. Let's not forget, top 2 waves and the best freestyle maneuver. They have 15 attempts at whichever one they want to take. Those are the ones that are going to count. And there we have both of the duotone riders making their way forward. All right, Pedro up and over. Going for the front shove it and making that one nice and clean. Already got a 6.37. And look at this replay. And the classical Brazilian claim at the end. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
It doesn't. You can see straight away he knew it was a good one. The golden nugget right there for Pedro Matos. So still in first position, but Mato here dropping in. Let's see that verticality. There it is. That's the spray he's looking for. Yanking on the left-hand side of the bar. Looping the kite. Up again. Lovely little second turn. Very similar to the first. Let's see what happens with this wave, but you can sort of see the frustration on his face there. It just closed out of him. We've seen sometimes that section of the waves, Joe, sort of a wave catches up with the other wave and it forms into one, gets a little bit messy, and that looks like what happened there for Mato. But we're in the final minute now. It is close. It is close.
I mean, it is cutthroat out there, and it is chilly, icy cold. And I tell you what, in a place like this, it is very hard for it to get icy cold out there. Just about 18 knots at the moment. The boys are out on 10 meters. Pedro tacking right in front of Mato. doing the old Brazilian tactics, and meaning he's going to have the priority and also is going to be able to do something in front of him. Here he has him going up. Gets it, tries the maneuver, not going to be able to make it. Is Matthew going to be able to jump in on a wave? It does not look like it. And man, that was a very, very close heat. And we are not going to call it because we are still waiting for scores to come in. And I tell you what, congratulations to both of these beasts. They have thrown down like no tomorrow. So we are going to get confirmation of the results after these heat highlights. And there we have the image out there. There we have the image. As it is making his way through to the finals of this competition. Pedro Matos, a big congratulations to him, and great riding there from Matthew Lopez. But that means only one thing. We have a new Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour Kitesurf Discipline World Champion. Representing Australia, James Carew. James Carew, the new world champion. And he is going out there on the water as he is going for his semi-final number 2. We will be catching up with James as soon as he gets off of the water, as he was already warming up. But there it is. We have, once again, that is 2 for the books. 2 times world champion James Carew. I mean, what a heat. Pedro was on fire there.
Pedro sure was on fire. And there we can see on your left, green flag goes up. And here, Gabriel Benetton, the Brazilian, against current world champ James Carew. And just starting it off there, a little bit of flair show, but goes down. Plenty of time on the clock there. Just wanting to start things off nicely. And there on your screen, the guy that hasn't really put a foot wrong all competition, Gabriel Benetton. And again, just landing another beautiful freestyle trick.
Yeah, we can see there was the front show of it there from him and James trying the 3-1-3. But before we go back to the action, let's go down to the beach quickly as we have Pedro Matos. All right, looks like there's a technical issue. We will get there with Pedro Matos as soon as we can, as it looks like Gabriel Benetton here has a switcheroo. He's changing kites, he's changing equipment, so he has a 6.50 out there at the moment. Waiting to see James Carew, as it does look like he is changing something as well, as his kite is down. Here we can see him making his way in. Stressful moments for both of these riders, but we are now going to go down to the beach with Pedro, the winner, and making his through into the grand finale, Pedro Matos. All right, well, hopefully third time lucky. Let's concentrate on the heat out there on the water. So we have Gabriel Benetton, James Carew, and at the moment it is Gabriel who is in the lead. James switching his kite up, switching his board up. Looks like there's been a difference. Let's have a look and we can see if we can get a camera on Mr. Carew, as he is, there he is, up on the beach. Stressful moments here for the just crowned world champion, as he has, looks like he's had to change kite, change board. He's missed the first few moves, but let's not forget 15 minutes of action. It ain't how you start, it is how you finish. But he is up against the Brazilian heavy hitter, Gabriel Benetton, and Gabriel already starting off with a good freestyle move, and this wave is looking very nice.
Shaping up very nicely. He really hasn't put a foot wrong, like I mentioned, and they're just carving his way. Nice bottom turns, beautiful top turns, really getting the fins heavily engaged, spraying the water and making use of this last little section right there. 6.5 for the freestyle score, Joe. He really is on fire.
Yes, he is, and here we can see James Carew making his way through. He's taking a little look at his watch. 12 minutes to go. You know, in all fairness, there's a lot of time, but that is not the kind of stress you want at the beginning of the heat. Still action, and let's see what's happening. All right, so both of the athletes, James taking a little look on the inside. I reckon we might be seeing that double front roll. Whoa! The ball! He ain't happy. But sometimes these kind of energy makes things happen. Here we have James Carew. Looks like he is going to be engaging on this wave. Let's see if that angle works for him. Engaging first turn. Big open hack making his way back. First time we're seeing him dropping in today. Up and over James. Looping that kite around and getting a little bit of a front edge, but managing to handle it. And a 360, keeping the speed. This one's going all the way down to the edge of the competition area. That's a nice one to get underneath his bout. James Carew, you can see there is definitely nerves out there for him. He is in a stressful moment, but there is still time. Gabriel Benetton already putting up 2 solid scores, and he can just wait to see if he can start connecting some of those waves. As we continue on in first position, Gabriel Benetton, who has been the standout rider of this competition, and in second, James Carew.
Yeah, still some scores to drop there for James Carew, and I really don't think, Joe, although he is now the new world champion, that's not on his mind at all. I think this heat has just got full focus, and you can see it just on those clips when watching him. Gabriel Benetton coming in here after that wave, but James, I can see out the back, making his way back into the competition area. There he is, just having a little glance, seeing what Mother Nature is going to throw his way, because definitely needs to take it to Mr. Benetton, because this guy is ripping. But we all know that James Carew just fires the goods our way.
Oh, yeah, I can guarantee you he does not give a bit about the World Championship at this moment. He just wants to absolutely rip and destroy these waves. Already starting to engage. He's going to get another surf wave up there. Keeps pulling, yanking. Oh, and a nice air, popping it out. The judges are going to be liking that one. Comboing it together. James Carew making his way. It does look like he is out on his 10 meter. Yeah, I can see his 12 meter up here, where we can see Yanis Olmo, Francesco Capuzzo, and Bruno Cagia just there with his equipment. So waiting for the score on this one. This is going to be a good score. He's going to be happy to get that one on his bout, because at the moment he is playing catch up. But looks like the new world champion is getting back into his mojo.
Just finding the groove, as you can see here on this wave, making everything count every turn, every section of the wave as it peels away in front of him, yanking the bar. Little nice pop in the air there. Judges, as you mentioned, Joe, will love that. And then just a little check turn to finish. But they all count. It all goes to that final score. And there he is on your screen, ready for the next wave. This guy is hungry. And we can see there, 7.10. Big score for James Carew.
Yeah, and he is definitely, I reckon he's looking for this freestyle 313. As he's coming back towards the beach. He knows he has time. You can see him breathing. He's chilling. He's getting back into it. And turning around right up in front there of the crowd. 7.10, 4.83 are the two scores that James has at the moment. He hasn't got a freestyle score yet, so definitely as soon as he gets a landing move, he's going to be back in contention. But I reckon he wants to get one more wave before he's going to start to mix it up with the freestyle. He has that 313 under his belt, but you know what? Gabriel Benetton is putting it. He's taken out big riders such as Sebastian Ribeiro, and the youngster is giving the world champion a little bit of a playing. But hey, Granda, this is the semi-final number 2. All right, here we have James. He's got the flat out in front. We're going to be seeing, I reckon, will we be seeing that freestyle move? No, he is going, taking the time, making his way all the way up to the top. Just making sure he gets back upwind. And I tell you what, I would not want to be a wave or a board with James's face at the moment. Gabriel, oh, that was a big turn going down. Just getting loose there on that one. And I tell you what, I'm already up on my feet here. I am already up on my feet because it is coming down to pretty much, we've just gone halfway. We are at the meridian, the Ecuador of this heat, and it is going to be a big last 6-7 minutes of both of these athletes. Liam, look at this, the scores are getting closer and closer.
That's exactly what we want. We want a nice tight finish in this semi-final heat number 2. We know that Pedro Matos is in the final. One of these two warriors will be joining him. James Carew there looking, is this wave going to hit that sandbank that it always does and just shape up nicely? There's a lovely sort of open face carving turn there. That's the one he's looking for, opening up that left hand side of the body, yanking the bar a little bit. Nice little sort of maneuver there on the wave, cutting back against himself, getting some tension in the lines. What has he got next for us, Joe, as this wave starts to open up?
Yeah, you can see both of them racking up that wave of that set. James getting the first one, Gabriel getting the second. James really making the most of what he had there, going a lot on the flag section. Nice little tail release there from Gabriel, and doing it right in front of the world champ. Applying the pressure. We're going to have to see as we're waiting for those scores to drop from both of those waves. But I reckon James is going to have a medium to decent score. Not the best wave we've seen him surf, but he did connect it nicely. That's going to give him probably a little bit of a breather, because now I reckon we might see James concentrating on that freestyle move. Because let's not forget the final 5.5 minutes. The final 5.5 minutes. And we are getting ready to rumble.
There he is, Gabriel Benetton, the current heat leader on your screens, really taking it to the current world champ. And he really has had an event to remember, this young, talented wave surfer there. And here we have James on another wave, really starting to link them all together now.
Yeah, and it looks like there's about a 6 is going to drop for him on that last one as we keep going. We keep continuing on. And it looks like he's asking for something. He's asking for some sort of a leash, if I'm not mistaken. All right, James is in. He's mixing it up. He is. There we can see Bruno making sure that he knows where he is. Just under 5 minutes to go. Connecting his leash. There goes the board. There's the words. It's all good. It's all good. James Carew, that is what I taught. Teamwork, and there it is. That is the provoke. That is the freestyle board from Duotone. So watch out. It is freestyle, as it is going to be very close on the wave scores, because Gabriel has 2 6s. Gabriel has a 6 and a 5. James has a 7, and it's looking like he's going to have a 6 coming his way. James going for the kite loop. Oh! I tell you what, how did he land that with the power? Those are those legs. They aren't legs, they're trees. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. James Carew getting the freestyle move And we are waiting for those scores. It's going to be a 6-something. I tell you what, I reckon he's going to have it. Look how he just took that impact. That is what I call, I am not going down. I am not ending it. And we continue on. Because it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, all right, it was worth it. That board has gone out. One-hit wonder.
Yeah, I reckon he's broken that one with that force going through into that board. So that's off to the repair shop. Gets out the whip now, Joe. So he's on the old whippity-woo. And there he is, James Carew on your screen.
And we're waiting for that final score from James. It's close in between these two boys. It is anybody's money. It is anybody's game. Get the chips out, ladies and gentlemen. Put them on the table. Poker is there. Who is going to have that royal flush? Who is going to be taking the all-in home? As there, I mean, I tell you what, there is stress out there on the water. What an amount of action.
Boom, there it is. Change of scores. James Carew, first position, and he's got the scores that he wants. He's taken it to Gabriel Benetton. 17.93, Mr. Benetton's on, and James Carew there storming in. 20.43, have some of that.
Well, you know what they say, he ain't called James Storm Carew for no reason, mate. There's lightning bolts in his name, and that is why. But it ain't over. The youngster, the Brazilian, has been pushing. We've seen him get the highest combination score, and James knows it. He knows the danger that Gabriel can be. We've seen it in heats before. Looking for the 3-1-3 as he goes against it. So I reckon now that he is there, he knows he has the wave score. James is going to be looking for that freestyle maneuver to improve on that 6.70. And Gabriel also looks like he has gone out. Has he changed his board to the freestyle one more time? Let's get cameras on Gabriel. Gabriel is still, he is looking for his freestyle board. All right, boys, it is a freestyle battle. It is a freestyle off. Gabriel knows he has a 6.5. He knows he can increase that. He needs to increase it by quite a lot. But he has taken the decision. It is go a freestyle down. And there it is, James Carew getting the landing. Let's see the replay of that last move. Here comes the surfboard. There it is. 3-1-3. Bada bing, bada boom! James Carew landing the handle pass maneuver, and he is back out on his surfboard. Oh, I mean, this is like Formula One pit stop out there, Liam.
I mean, the caddies are as busy as the riders at the moment. It is nuts out there. James Carew coming in, swapping, chipping, changing everything around, and did exactly the move he wanted to do there.
We can see cameras on Gabriel Benetton. Cameras on Gabriel Benetton as he is also pushing away. Was not able to get that maneuver. As we are just approaching, getting close to those final 60 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, we are jumping up and down here in the booth. We are jumping up and down.
And here it is, 3, 2, 1, and it's the final minute now. Final minute. Let's have a little look at the replay of the last freestyle move from Benetton there, going for a very similar move to James Carew, but just couldn't grab and snatch that bar when it was in the air. Time is ticking. Time is ticking.
You can see Gabriel knows that James has that 3-1-3. He knows what he's got to do. This just shows what a good competitor this young man is. But it is getting to the final 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Gabriel Benetton, I reckon he's going to be able to have one more try. We can see James Carew out there also on the surfboard trying to take it up. Keep cameras on Gabriel as he is looking for that perfect bit of chop. Is it going to be? It's going to come down to the wire. Are we going to see him increasing? He's got the hide. Oh, just going down as he had already passed the bar. And now cameras on James Carew. Cameras on James Carew as it finalizes, as it comes through. It is looking like, there it is. It is over. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the event and your new world champion, Aussie, James Carew!
Joe, you are a nutter and so are the riders. You must have lost your voice after that. There he is coming in, the Aussie flag flying high. Hendrik Lopez there embracing a little bit of a manly hug. There it is. This is the moment that this Australian can enjoy. His mates are down there. Everyone's down there giving him full beans. The guy is loving life. There he is, Bruno Caggier. He now realises and enjoys the moment of being world champion. All his friends are there. What a moment. 2 times, back to back. He's in the final. Tough heat next with Pedro Matos. But there it is, the moments you all enjoy watching. Well deserved from the Australian. And there Yaris, Hendricks, they're all there. Diogo are amazing photographer, as well as Svetlana down there getting all the shots. And there he is, Joe there jumping down on the beach, Mike. Julian there as well. Everyone's there having an absolute riot down on the beach, an absolute party. God, get a ticket for this one, guys. But I think it's now time to have a little look at those highlights, because there was not one highlight, there was not two highlights, there was not three highlights, there was hundreds and hundreds of highlights in that heat. James Carew, your winner of that heat, advancing through to the final, but your new and current world champion.
All right, welcome everybody. I mean, what an incredible semi-final we have just seen. And this man here on my left, James Carew, making his way into the grand finale, but also the new world champion, Aussie. James, how are you feeling, mate? Congratulations.
Two-time world champ, baby! We did it, mate. We fucking did it.
I mean, James, that semi-final, I'm going to say, Gabriel, he brought the heat. He was not letting up. Incredible to see the young Brazilian. We saw you, I think you changed boards 25 times, changed kites, probably 50. How does it feel on top of the world? But I know there's one thing in your head, and that's still, there's one more heat.
Yeah, job's not done yet. I want to win this. I came in for the win, so yeah, no, that hit was crazy. My leash came off first time in my life. I didn't even know what happened. And yeah, thought I landed the first trick, but no. Then yeah, swap boards 3 times, 4 times, kite, leash, everything. It was a mess, but man, Gabriel is ripping. You know, he's his first full year on tour now, I think. And yeah, he whooped my ass in July, so I had to give it back to him.
Ah, there it is. I mean, revenge is sweet, James. One of the things that we've been seeing with you out there, it is about the combination. It's about being able to throw it down when it's good and also when it isn't so good. But the freestyle, the waves, how does it feel? Because now, 2 times, you are the most complete rider on the planet.
Yeah, it feels good, Joe. It feels good, you know. A long time ago, I decided this was going to happen. And I trained my ass off to get good at freestyle, and here we are, you know. I'm 2-time world champ both years, went to mix, so yeah, can't say much more than that.
Well, I know what I can say, and it is, you have made it, mate. Well, James, congratulations. One more heat to go, mate. Proud of you. Everybody, your new world champion, but the action has not stopped because we are going to continue on the water with the rest of the competition.
Boom. What a moment. Thank you, Joe, very much. What a great interview on the beach there, and they're still hugging it out down there. A little bit of a bromance. Beautiful stuff. And there you can see our drone in the air, just showing what an amazing event site we have here at Taiba, Brazil. James Carew, winner of the second semi-final, will now battle it out against the Brazilian Pedro Matos. So massive, massive heat. Like he said, the job is not done yet. It certainly isn't. There's one more thing on the Australians' minds, and that's bringing the bacon home and taking that title. And by Lord, if we have another heat like that, me and Joe will be on our feet. We don't want to sit down any time soon, because every little bit coming our way really is something special. The waves really at that sort of perfect mid-tide state at the moment, filtering through nicely, giving us what we've been asking for. And the wind, again, riders on their 10s, so definitely probably got about, I'd say, 18 to 20 knots out there, and you can see plenty of gear rigged and ready to be launched. Flags flapping in the wind, palm trees just sitting there, giving us all the feels here in Brazil, because Brazil, we are loving you and we are loving what you are delivering. I can see out the corner of my eye James Carew still having a few interludes, but let's give credit where credit's due. Gabriel Benetton, that chap is killing it. First full year on tour, had a good result over in Dakar, Morocco, and now making the semi-finals, beating Sebastian Ribeiro in his previous heat. Really credit where credit is due for that young chap, because his time on tour is not over. We very much look forward to seeing him go out on the water. But wow, what a moment for us on tour. We've now announced our 2022 GKA Kite-Surf World Champions. And there you can see everyone just enjoying the moment while we're in this slight break before we get back on the water for the action.
And welcome back, everybody, as we are now getting ready for the mini-final to go into the water to see who is going to be third and fourth position here at the Copa Kitley, the Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour discipline of the kite surfing. And we also have them getting ready to rumble here. Season finale. Those two men are going out on the water. Matos Lopez, Gabriel Benetton.
Gabriel Benetton just coming off the water in his previous heat from James Carew. Wow, what an event he's had, and he's getting up against Matos Lopez. So, big heat. There he is on your screen, Gabriel Benetton. Wow, he's surely he'd be revved up and ready to go. He's wanting to take that third position after having such a good time out here in Taiba.
Yeah, he really, I mean, he has impressed us throughout the whole competition. I tell you what, this young man has a very bright future. He absolutely threw down on the water, and he was throwing down here in that semi-final, giving our now new world champion a run for his money.
Yeah, he got a little nervous at the start there. I think people can now see Gabriel Benetton as a massive force to be reckoned with when they see his name on the list when they're competing. Wow, they do have to take him very, very seriously indeed. And talking about that, Matos Lopez, he's been up against his fair share of competitors this event, and he's got another one in his pathway for third position, but the focus is there with Matos for sure.
Absolutely, and Matos, I mean, let's not forget, Matos, fourth in the world in 2021. He has been a world champion himself, and he is third in the world at the moment in this, we're coming into this event, and he is fighting for third and fourth position. So this guy, I mean, when it comes to talking about this guy, I always say he is the Rob Machado of our sport. Such a nice guy on and off of the water. He has the flow. He has the style. You can see some of the trips he does. He is really what you can call an ambassador of our sport.
Great ambassador for kite surfing. Great ambassador for this discipline as well. Loves to do the competitions. Goes on pretty much, if not all the tour stops. Definitely this year he was there in Morocco. But he also, outside of the competition, he does clinics. He goes on trips. He's just such a good ambassador, as you say, Joe. He goes, with the young blood counts, duotone, just, brilliant stuff from this competitor.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely, what we try to do here on the GK Kite World Tour is obviously we want to create these icons. We want to create the heroes and the heroines for the younger generations to look up to. And it is with camps like those young blood camps and the new riders coming through the QSs, showing through the qualifying series. We also have the Youth World Championships that are going to be happening next year. And, all of the youngsters that look on the beaches, because let's not forget, they are the best of the best in the world. And now it is a battle of a very also youngster out there, Gabriel Benetton. He has the highest combination score of the competition so far, and he is up against Matos Lopez, who is your current world number 3. I mean, this might be a mini final, but there is nothing mini about this one.
Nothing mini in this one at all. You can see our flag team there on the left-hand side. Any second now, that green flag is going to fly high in the sky, and then we'll be getting underway with this mini final. Who will take third place? Who will battle for that spot? Because after this one, we'll then be moving on to the grand finale. And there it is, green flag in the air on your screen now. Gabriel Benetton, what's he got for us?
Yeah, I mean, he's always opened up with this double front roll. Looks like he's going to be trying again, but going for the front shove it, throwing over the front of his board. Not landing that one clean. He's changed from his freestyle board to his waveboard.
Joe, you took the words out of my mouth. I was just about to say he was riding a different board there. Previously riding the board with a little bit more of a stubby shape, a little bit more of a square nose. You can see that one is very much a down-the-line charging surfboard.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in the heat before, we see the likes of Matos Lopez, Pedro, and also James. They're normally out there on the whip when it comes to going on these small to medium waves. Some of them also, we saw James turn it over to the Provoke, which is the pure freestyle board of duotone. And we haven't seen them out there on the pure surfing wave riders at the moment. But here, Gabriel Benetton, all right, answering back with fire. Very nice front shove it there, getting it down, getting it landed, already starting to apply the pressure. Because, as James said, pressure would be a pleasure.
There it is, just dialed down. He loves to start off on that, get that nice score on the boards. And, these guys have got all the toys, they've got all the boards, they've got all the kites, and they can do it on every bit of kit that they've got. Gabriel Benetton there, score to drop for that lovely freestyle maneuver. Just having a little peek out the window. Can't quite see where Matos is, but the kite, oh no, he's there. Looking like he might get on a wave here. So let's get eyes on Matos as he drops into a wave.
Yeah, here we have him dropping in for his first serve. He hasn't got a score on the boards yet. Looks like he was deciding against that one, had a little look-see. Matthew playing it cool, playing it easy at the moment. He knows what he has to do. He knows the kind of competitor Gabriel Benetton is. And after this heat, we will be waiting for that grand final in between, once again, Pedro Matos and James Carew. These boys are friends off of the water, but I can tell you one thing. There is no friendship out there.
Nah, teammates, friendship, there won't be any of that during the final. And I've just seen Gabriel coming in there, was on a 10. He's switched up to an 11. So the 11's just gone out on the water. And there he is. So fully loaded, fully powered up. Maybe the wind's just dropped a tad since his last heat. And Matthew there going down, catching an edge, actually unhooking a little bit there. He's going to need to grab that ball because it's just getting there, caught up. But I think he's got a leash, so I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, you can see Matthew, he was thinking of going for the backside three that we saw him land in that previous heat. He knows, obviously, getting that handle pass maneuver. Let's not forget, he got a very nice score for that one up in the high sixes. So he knows that could be one of the ones that he could use against Gabriel Benetton. So Matthew already starting to mix it up and try and get some of the moves. But still, no scores on the board. Looks like he is engaging in his first wave ride.
Here he goes. Big, yeah, proper vertical there. Lovely big bottom turn. Another vertical turn. Second one off the wave. Let's see if he can spice it up with a third. Yes, he can. Super vertical. You can see there. Enjoyed that one as he made it all the way into the shoreline. That's the Matthew we know.
Yeah, you can just see. I mean, he is, for me, together with Tiago Boitis, two of the best backside riders. They really push it. They ride it almost as good as backside as they do frontside. They're able to connect, get that power through the bottom turn that we don't often see. But also a very good backside rider, this young man here. So it is the battle of the goofy footers. And now just getting a little check turn to keep up with the speed as we continue on.
Gabriel here getting amongst this wave. Yes, lovely stuff. And they're definitely a backside rider to be reckoned with. Really does have a great style. Very young on the tour. First full year. And his time is not over. I am sure we'll see him join at the 2023 stops. And our 2023 calendar is now online, so you can see where we'll be heading. And right now, Matthew Lopez chasing. Still yet to have a score on the boards, but I'm sure one will be dropping.
Yeah, let's have a look at the moment, just waiting. He has, looking like he's got a good wave. Yeah, there it is, 6.90 for that wave there from Matthew Lopez as he makes his way in. So putting himself back into contention, but it does look like also Gabriel Benetton had a decent wave there, so still waiting for scores. So it's obviously, at this time of the heat, it's always up and down, up and down, up and down, especially with the quality of riders that we have in there. Matthew, I will say, he's looking a lot more calm than he did in that first semi-final.
Yeah, he's definitely looking a little bit more relaxed out there. Not sure what he's thinking. He's very difficult to read sometimes when you see him there coming in. And maybe looks slightly angry, but he's out there. He's riding the way. He's powering up there. He wants a little bit more meat, a little bit more juice in the kite. Looks like maybe going for a freestyle maneuver.
Oh, going for the backside free. Just missing out on the board. Once again, trying to get that freestyle. The wave didn't quite let him. You can see it just separated the feet on there from that one. That's going to be a crash for him. But he is definitely saying exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah, didn't get the kicker he wanted. Gabriel Benetton, hand in the air. Just wondering, where's he sitting? First, second, whereabouts is he? But you can see there, 2 scores on the board, 10.04. But we know this guy loves getting over the 20 mark. He loves the big scores, and he's got it in the tank.
Yeah, you can see he's signaling there to his coach, Gili Brandao. Is in the lead, but even, you know, Gabriel knows it is anything but over. Matthew looking to try and go for that big score. As it stands, we're not quite there yet. And now let's see how this goes on, because this is the mini final out on the water. And who is going to be making it through? Who is going to be going for that third position? Because that is the place on the podium.
Yeah, currently held by Gabriel Benetton. There he is, the signal of the number 1, the number uno. And that's where he's sitting at the moment. Currently on first. Plenty of time left on the clock. With 2 scores on the board, so scores to be firing our way as this heat still is yet to unfold.
Let's not forget they have 15 slots where they can do either freestyle maneuvers or waves. The best freestyle maneuver and the top 2 waves are what count on their overall scores. You can see there on the top left-hand side of this competition screen. All right, Matthew Lopez on his way out. He's looking, Matthew, he is looking for that kicker. He's looking for the wave and also looking for the kicker. And you can see he's starting to get a little bit frustrated, but he's going to be engaging in on this wave. Up and over. Big opening, carving hack. Nice round the house. Pulls on that line, loops that kite around. Up and over. Matthew, you can see he just holds the speed, and this wave is actually opening up very nicely for him. Big backside turn here. And he's going to have a little bit of a finisher. So, yep. 2 solid turns there for him, and we can see Gabriel as they get further down, because they are almost all the way down to the left-hand side of the competition now. You can see that wave kind of opens up a little bit more out to sea, so it's hard to get that 3rd and 4th turn in. A little bit more front and center of the judges. There's that A-frame that they can get those little bit more rail-to-rail, top-to-top turns, but still, both of the boys making the most that they could out of those 2 waves. Score's about to come up as it is going to go up and down, up and down.
Wouldn't have it any other way. It's nice when it sort of changes, keeps everyone on their toes. So let's have a little look at where the riders are out at sea, because there's going to be some action coming our way once those scores also drop here. Gabriel Benetton just getting amongst that one. Exactly what you mentioned there, Joe. Just a wave closing in, sort of catching up with the one in front, making it difficult for Gabriel there, but nice shot of both of them there, just pumping along. Matthew, maybe slightly underpowered, Joe. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it does look like, but I reckon there's also quite a lot of current. Let's not forget the tide is pushing up, and there are spring tides out there as it stands, and you can really see low tide was just around 12 o'clock, so it is now coming up on 3 o'clock local time, so we are at that mid-tide point right now, and you can see it on the waves, you can see it out there as we continue on. But yeah, we can definitely slow start to the heats. Both of the riders really looking for it, and it's going to come down to wave selection. And Matthew, he needs to get that freestyle move. Just after making sure where he's at. All right, Chicken Digger's out, means he's going to be trying some freestyle. Gabriel Benetton here, going for it. And even though not on camera, Matthew Lopez missing once again that backside 3. And Gabriel had it in the air there, asking for a bit of an interference, but I'm not sure how that would play, because Matthew did crash. It wasn't intentional. Interesting to see how the judges will be taking that into consideration.
Yeah, it's never intentional, I think, with Matthew. You know, he's a good competitor, and he enjoys getting out on the water. He did go down a little bit earlier, just as Gabriel Benetton, I think just before he actually got on the wave. So let's wait and see. But here you can see the maneuver just not quite managing to stick it there, just going down. So a maneuver that he'll definitely, I'm sure, try again with 5 minutes left on the clock. But here he is, going to hopefully drop into this wave, because it's starting to shape up rather nicely. Is he going to go for it? Doesn't look like it. Normally we see that little quick foot change, but just there, didn't fancy it.
Yeah, Matthew now, pressure starting to build. He is approaching. He's tried that handle pass 3 times now, and I reckon he's going to have another one. But the face is on there. You can see the laughter. Gives himself the old little spankaroo. Give him a kick up the old ass, and there he goes. All right, James getting ready for his final as well. Matthew Lopez gets it, lands it, goes down. A bit of a butt check, but still not as clean as he probably wanted it to be, and then going for it one more time. Multiple passes. As he did get it, but yeah, you can see that's not going to be a very high score there for Matthew, and actually it is going to be crashed out by our judges from what I can see. Fair enough, because he did completely submerge when he landed that one. Gabriel Benetton just having an easy run out there at the moment, but with guys like Matthew, you know, until the final seconds, it ain't over.
No, certainly not. It's not over. And the scores, you know, still tight. 13.40 Matthew. Gabriel Benetton on a 15.77, and just currently gliding along this wave, putting in the turns he needs. A couple of check turns, some nice big turns at the top of the wave, getting the fins fully engaged. And Matthew now on your screens making it towards the back edge of the competition area before he'll turn around and come our way. I think, Joe, I don't think he's done with that maneuver, though.
I don't think he is either. I mean, let's not forget, 3.5 minutes of time for these guys. I reckon there might be still enough time for Machu to get one more wave and also to try a freestyle maneuver. I mean, it is cutting it close. Gabriel also has put in the work, but considering some of the scores we've seen from Gabriel throughout the competition, this is probably one of his lowest heats.
Yeah, it definitely is. You can see there his caddies just checking, flicking through the mobiles, refreshing the screen. Because now it is the final 3 minutes of this heat.
Yeah, we can see Machu here in the front, Gabriel there in the back with the core kite, Machu with the duotone. All right, we can see Gabriel starting to get a little bit frustrated, hands in the air. You know, sometimes Machu is out there in front, so it looks like Machu is going to be doing something coming towards him. Are we going to be seeing another handle pass, or are we going to be seeing some more surfing? Whatever it is, Machu needs to up it a gear here.
Yeah, definitely. It's looking like he's coming all the way in, and he's going to go for that freestyle maneuver again. 13.40 is what he is currently sitting on. Needs a 7.55 because we've seen a slight score increase there for Gabriel Benetton. So getting closer to that 20 mark that he's so consistently hit throughout the event. And let's see, has he got it?
All right, Machu on his way out. He is eyeing something up. He is definitely getting the speed. We've seen him get those front shovers pretty consistently. Is he going to opt back and go for something like that as he knows it is coming close and he needs to start to do something? Little look at the watch. Machu knows exactly where he is. You know what? This is going to come down to the wire. These guys are leaving it close and it is open for both of them because they both have 6s on the board. So if Machu can equal out a 6 on that freestyle move, he is going to probably go slightly ahead of Gabriel, but he has not had the track, he has not had the luck, he has not had the game to be able to get that handle pass, and I reckon he knows that's what he's going to be going for.
A lot of tactics going on out there, I reckon, through Machu's head, just sort of always looking where Gabriel Benetton is. And there he is, nice first turn on this wave. Benetton in the background there, also on a wave. So both riders here hacking through the water, hacking through the waves that they're both riding. Machu making the most out of all of this wave as it starts to peel away again. Second section. Does he stick it? Yes, he does.
Yeah, that was a decent wave there for Machu. Looking to improve on a 6.50 though. That is going to be a tough one to beat. We did miss that first turn. I don't think that is going to increase. So Machu now needs to go for the freestyle moves. Let's get cameras on Machu, as he knows what he has to do. He's going to be going for that freestyle move. All right. He's eyeing it up. He is going to be trying it. Are we going to see? I reckon we're going to see that front shove it. Front roll there from him. He needs a 7.3, so Machu needs probably about a 5-point move. Let's do the math here. He has a 10.15, but he doesn't have a freestyle score. So just waiting for some of those scores to add up, as it looks like there's a little bit of a difference as we continue on. Final seconds of this heat. Gabriel throwing down there with that one. And we are just waiting for confirmation to see who has come through in third position and who has come through in fourth. It is going to be close, Liam. It is going to be close. But while we wait for those results, let's grab the highlights of that heat. And coming up next, we are going to be seeing the grand finale. And welcome back, everybody. Welcome back as we continue on because we just saw the mini final out there on the water, and it was Gabriel Benetton, your winner of the mini final, meaning he is going to be in third position as we are starting to get ready because that yellow flag in the sky means only one thing. 1 minute until the start of the grand final in between Pedro Matos and James Carew. But before we start off with that, we're going to go down to the beach as we have our third position of the event, Gabriel Benetton.
Thank you so much, Joe. I'm down here with Gabriel. Just an incredible season end for you, finishing with a podium position here at home in Brazil. How do you feel?
Oh, I'm feeling amazing. I had a tough hit with James. The first hit was good, and I was feeling like, nah, I need to win this one to feel better, you know? And yeah, we just won Macho. He's a big friend of mine also. Yeah, stoked it.
Amazing result for you. Your first season with us. What can we expect from you next year, Gabriel?
Yeah, this motivates me to train even more, you know? I trained a lot, but I want to train more, and next year I will come, harder.
Lots more to look out for from you. Good luck. Thank you so much for everything. Congratulations. And now we'll get on to watching the finals. Thank you.
Thank you, Gemma. Thank you, Gabriel. And that's right, finals out there on the water. All right, starting off, Pedro Matos had a wave. James trying to freestyle maneuver, but going down. This is the grand finale. Who is going to be the event winner? We already know that James Carew is the new world champion. Pedro, toe side front roll there, already supplying the pressure. Let's see James Carew as he is coming, making his way in. Eye of the Tiger, 15 minutes. Top freestyle maneuver and top 2 best waves are what it has to do to see who is going to be our Taiba champion, Copa Kitley the Worlds.
Copa Kitley the Worlds. Here we go. Last event, last heat of the men's for this week. What a week it's been so far. And the conditions are looking pretty nice out there for these 2 finalists. James Carew against Pedro Matos. Scores still to drop and to appear on your screens. But there he is, your world champion, James Carew.
All right, well, here we can see James making his way in. Pedro already. Let's get that score graphic up on the screen. Already getting some decent numbers. 11.20 there for him. Throwing down 6.03, 5.1, that's 7. Pedro already bringing it to the new world champion. And Pedro here jumping on a wave. I can see James spinning around with that double back roll, landed toe side. So nice freestyle move there for him. Probably going to equal out with that switch. That toe side front roll there from Pedro. But Pedro already beautiful snap off the top. Already putting in the wave work first. And the traditional little Brazilian smirk in towards the beach as he knows he is in the top position already and just waiting to see some numbers come up for that last maneuver from James. All right, here he goes, getting a big 3-1-3, bit of a back check but landing it there as it continues on. All right, James running back up the beach. As at the moment, we're still waiting for those numbers to be dropped for him. I can give you some info. They're about 2 6s, so I reckon James is going to be in first position so far. When those scores drop, we will get confirmation on that. Pedro Matos going for the front show of it, lands it nice and clean, and has a little smile. There he is with the smile on his face. And when athletes like these start to smile, it is dangerous because we know what Pedro is capable of. And there it is. He is looking very happy. I'm going to say it, maybe celebrating a little bit too early as both of these boys can throw down. But that is probably one of the cleanest front shoulders we've seen from him whole event.
As soon as he landed that, look at this. There, here comes the claim. Just a little finger in the air. Knows he's done a lovely move there. Just sprinting back up. Winds are going down. He's surely is feeling confident out there, Joe. And like you said, it's early doors. 15-minute heats. Coming up to the first 5 minutes now. And then on your screen, James Carew. Scores are now starting to drop for that Australian powerhouse. And there he is up in the sky. We're looking down from above.
Yeah, and we can see there James first got the 5.30 for his double back roll, and then that freestyle score has been changed up to a 6.53 there for his 313. Nice wave opener here for James. Let's see, he needs to get back into it as he is currently in second position. Pedro really putting in the goods. Let's not forget 15-minute heats. James deciding to go and roll with this one all the way down, opening it up. Can we see a finisher? He's going to have a chance to get a little schmackaroo as he makes his way back out, and he's going to be coming back onto the sand and running up the beach. As you know, he's quite far out, and Pedro Matos all the way out the back, and I'm going to say it, he is looking very comfortable.
Yeah, he's showing some good confidence here. James running up the beach, not changing any equipment, no. Capuzzo following in with the scoreboard. But James is fully loaded, tunnel vision. But on your screens now, your current heat leader, Pedro Matos, as we enter the final 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, James already, he has that 6.53 for a freestyle maneuver. He still is yet to be scored on that last wave. Pedro has a good freestyle maneuver with the 6.50 of that beautiful front shove it. Both of these guys, we knew this was going to be a close one. We knew this was going to be a close heat. As they continue on, and James at the moment, both of the boys powering out the back. Pedro's the one to turn around first, and I'm going to say it looks like we got some motion in the ocean. It looks like we got some energy out there as we continue on. This is the grand final. This is for the beans. This is the icing on the cake. Who is going to be the finalists? Who is going to be the winner here in Taiba? Pedro Matos dropping in, and this wave is A-framing out very nicely.
Here he is, dropping in. Is it going to shape up as it hits that sandbar? Looking like it will. Yanking on the bar. Is he going to join it? Yes, he is. Fancies this as a little go. Just losing his balance there, going over the top of the wave.
Yeah, you can see losing the turn there. That is unusual for Pedro to miss that one. Takes a little look back. He knows that was an important mistake. And already 6.50 for that second wave from James. Here it is. You can see just caught. Unfortunately, tweaked out a little bit too much. But hey, if you're going to tweak, it's got to be in a final. And here it's looking like now James Carew is all the way up the top. Pedro Matos, big, powerful hack all the way down. Let's get cameras out on James as he is deciding to go. It's looking like a set wave. Is he going to be turning around? Yes, he is. That turn does not count. And now it's time to start surfing. He has two good scores. Is this going to be the third?
There's the first turn. Lovely top end there. Just stalling up a little bit. Fancies it. And again goes back on himself. Beautiful little rotation there. Exactly what he's looking for in his third turn. Nice open carve. If this wave starts to continue to open up, a little bit of an air pop. Does he manage to stick it? Unfortunately not.
No, he doesn't. Still, that will be a scored wave. You can see the flow and the control throughout that 360, but he did not get that last move. So now it is definitely going to be close, because what does he need? He needs a 4.70. James needs a 4.70 if he wants to go into first position and start to apply a little bit of pressure, because Pedro Matos turns like that. That was beautiful. And we know Pedro, when it comes to the surfing, is a man to be reckoned with. James here, look at this. Full control. Keeps a look around. Eye on the prize. Looking down the line. Got to look another couple of check turns, but did fall down on that final little pop air.
Yeah, just there. There you see it. That's the fall that you were just talking about. Unfortunate there, because it was a nice little wave there. Not the biggest we've seen, but made the most out of it. And again, Joe dropping in. This one looks to be nicer.
Yeah, this is opening up, going a little bit further to the left, not quite getting the A-frame that we've seen at the beginning. Decided against it. Pedro Matos, foam ride, gets it over. What a start. This wave is also continuing on. Eyes on the Brazilian, as this is your final, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we were waiting for. James Carew stalling out so he doesn't interfere on his way. Let's say Sportsman Smith all the way around. And now we have him looking back. And here we can see the guys and the girls on the beach as it is tense moments out there. James Carew at second position. Pedro Matos in first. There is only 0.34 point difference in between these two guys. I am going to wonder, is James maybe going to try and improve on that 3-1-3? Because he did get quite a big back check and getting only a 6.53. He knows he has that move. Is it going to be the waves? Is it going to be the freestyle? Let's see, because let's not forget he changed his board when he did that. He's going to be looking for the flats if that is so. but it looks like he's looking a little bit more over his shoulder, up and around. Yeah, he's looking for the waves.
Yeah, and unfortunately unless he didn't have another provoke, he's gone through that one on his last back roll kite loop in the last heat. So a board down, and here he is getting involved in this one. Let's see how this wave peels open for him.
It was quite funny. You can see Pedro getting his kite low and trying to put it on top of James's head, but you know what? Mind space, and he is not having any of it, and just going and racking it on in that one. James knows, he's just been told he's in second position. It is by a very small difference. That wave is not going to improve it. So here you can see him breathing heavy. But I mean, there's still a third of this heat to go. There is still 5 minutes. This is the finals. This is the finals.
Running up the beach. Needs to. Not quite sure what size he's on there. He's got 12. He's got a 12 and a 10. Not sure which one he's on, but looking nice out there as he heads out towards the competition area. Getting close to Pedro Matos as well. Both riders there right on each other. But James takes the turn early, and will we see that freestyle move?
Yeah, and there we can see Pedro trying to push, trying to get priority with James playing the game. But James is not having anything of it. You can see trying to push over, and he isn't going to let it have it. It is the snaking, it is the savaging. There's a battle, and both of the boys are starting to push it over. This is where the mind games start to go. But I know someone who only wants to rip his head off and go forward. Both of these guys just want to push. You've got to do everything. You've got to go low. You've got to go high. And you can see them turn for turn, move for move. Pedro is going to be stalling. He is going to see as he has the priority out there at the moment. And there is a nice set wave coming his way. What is going to happen? Pedro is going to be cruising. So now James is going to have the opportunity to go a bit further upwind, as he ain't going to have any of it. He knows he is in second position so far, but let's not forget he needs to improve on a 5.57 backup wave score. Both of these guys can get those scores in their sleep. So now it is going to be James Carew, and you know what? It looks like a set is coming through, and both of these guys are going to start to engage on some surfing one more time.
Yes, here we have Pedro Matos. It's been a little bit of a minute and a half to 2 minutes there of no waves, and here he goes, engaging on this one. Not one of the biggest ones, but a nice first open turn to begin this wave. Loops the kite. Second one, lovely. Opening up the body there, releasing that left hand off the bar, flatlining that section. There's the third, little bit of a check turn. Will we see a more aggressive turn where the fins get engaged? Yes, there it is. That's the turn that we want. Big, big spray. Clearly like that one.
He definitely did like that one, but James opening up. This set wave is also going really well for him off the top. 2 turns, linking it down, 3, non-stop, non-speed. Keeps going, spin of the bar, it doesn't matter. Both of these boys are throwing down air. Keeps it together, 360, and all the way to the entrance. And the difference out there, no claim from him. He's just going to wait for the scores.
Yeah, that was a wave he was hoping to come his way. Lovely stuff there from James Carew, making the most out of everything. And just looking at the score coming through now. It's looking tasty, but right now we're going to have to keep you waiting in the sidelines, because let's have a little look at the replay. Pedro Matos here, the wave that we were just talking about. Lovely first turn, stalls up a little bit, loops the kite here. You see the loop on the bar. Big second turn. If I remember rightly, little bit of a check turn coming up next. Yes, there it is, and then this is the turn. This is the one he wanted. Pure power going through. What bang! Thanks for coming, and you can see the claim. He's feeling the heat.
He is feeling the heat, but you know what they say, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, and they are frying it up right now. Here we have that wave of James Carew wrapping around all the way. This is the difference you can see here, keeping the speed. He keeps the flow, rides it all the way along. And you can see this finisher almost loses it there. Got a little bit of a wobble, but we're waiting for those scores to be confirmed. And you know what? Bada boom, and without a claim, waiting for the scores. 8.33, our world champion on top of the heat so far. 60 seconds to go. You know what, guys? I just want to see more wave action, because both of these guys have been pushing like no tomorrow. But this man, front and center on this screen, James Storm Carew, just bringing the heat.
He is like a pit bull out there, just barking along the sea. He is not done. Minute left. We're in the final minute. Pedro Matos chasing by just a few points, sitting on 19. James Carew, 21.36. 45 seconds. He really has left it to the final few segments, but big score. What are we going to have thrown our way?
Oh, 30 seconds on the ticker. Pedro knows he's in second position. He has a freestyle move. If he was me, I would be going for that. He has a 6.50. Is it going to be a wave? And you know what? I can start to see one forming. We are going to have to see what it's going to be. James has made his way out. I reckon James might try the 3-1-3 one more time. Pedro Matos making his way down. This is going to come down. This is going to come down to the buzzer. A big score about to be dropped for Pedro. And here we have also James in the flats. Oh, not getting the landing that he wanted. You know what? This is again gonna be a buzzer beater. Come on, computer, refresh. We are gonna have to find out and see who is gonna be the event winner. It is so close in between these two guys, Lemon. I mean, whoa! This is what we want for a final. Ladies and gentlemen, bear with us as we are going to grab the highlights of this last heat because we are waiting for those scores to drop. Who is going to be our event champion?
Okay, and there we have it. Scores are in the doors on your screen. James Carew takes the win. One score as we calculated. There he is, your new world champion and your current champion for this event, wrapping up the year nicely. James Carew couldn't have ended the year. Look at him. Hendrik Lopez, Francesco Capuzzo lifting your champion into the air. And what a way to finish the year. James Carew taking out Pedro Matos. What a heat that was. Up and down. They were both to-in and throwing punches left, right, centre. One punch, two punch, three punch, four punch, whatever it is. It was full beans and full steam ahead. What a moment. What an amazing time to be alive. James Carew, your new world champion and current champion for this event. He's down on the beach with Gemma.
All right, guys, I'm down here with James. That's it. What an insane ending to an incredible day. I don't know how you have anything left to give. Tell me what went on out there.
Ah, it was insane. I mean, I came here for the win. I came here for a world title. I got them both. I mean, what more?
You said it on the first day. You said it. That's what you came here to do, and you actually just cleaned it up today.
Yeah, smoked them. It's over. You know, gone home happy. Bags full. That's it.
How does it feel to have your second title? I mean, what's left to give next year?
Oh, I got to get another one now. 3 from 3.
Pretty awesome. And how have you enjoyed your time here in Brazil? What do you think of Taiba as the location for this final event of the year? Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I mean, here it's usually pretty hard for me with this heat. You know, the conditions are the same every day. So, you know, I struggled to be here for a long time, but I said, fuck it. I came here for a month and set my eyes on this shit, and that's it. It's done.
Amazing stuff. Congratulations. Do you want to send a message home to everyone watching you back from Australia? You have a lot of people tuned in on the live stream.
Yeah, you better been fucking watching me. I did it for you, mate. Know who you are.
Awesome stuff. Congratulations. Pedro, can you tell us what happened out there? How did it go?
Yeah, it was a feat, you know, like competing against James is always hard. And yeah, the waves now was was different than in my heat. Like now the high tide is much hotter. And I think I was winning, and then the last wave, like James caught, like I knew it was gonna be a good one. And yeah, congrats, mate. You deserve it.
Are you happy with your final result here in Brazil?
Yeah, I won the Brazilian Championship and now another final. Yeah, just getting there and let's do it. Like,
what can we expect from you next season, Pedro? Are you gonna come back and try and gain this title from James?
Yeah, always. I think we're gonna compete for a long time.
The battle is ongoing, yeah?
Yeah, forever.
And a message to all the people in Brazil watching on the live stream.
Queria agradecer a todo mundo aí que me assistiu, meu pai, minha mãe, minha família, Claudinho, pô, todo mundo. Queria agradecer meu técnico Léo por estar sempre comigo, em todas as baterias. Tô amarradão de chegar mais uma final da GKA e sem palavras para a torcida de vocês, agradecer todo mundo aqui da Taiba. E é isso, vamos embora para a próxima. Ano que vem tem mais.
Pedro, thank you so much. James, thank you, and congratulations to both of you. That's a wrap for the men's elimination, and now we're going to take a short break, do a beach podium for you guys, and move on to the women's elimination. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Gemma. And there you can see Eye in the Sky as we now have a short break. So don't go anywhere. Keep tuned in because we have some more action following. But as Gemma mentioned on the beach with our two finalists there, it's time for some beach podiums, some of the pickies that you will see later online. So don't go anywhere. Sit tight, relax, because more action is coming your way. And welcome back. Here we are, back with the women's action now. And what a time so far we've had today on day 3. Wow, Joe, you've just come up from the beach after doing a little mini beach podium. How has it been down there? What's the vibes?
I mean, I can tell you there is nothing but electricity out there. What a grand final in between Pedro Matos and James Carew. Both of them until the last waves. We knew it was going to be close. Both of those guys top of their game. But in the end, we could see James Carew coming out on top. And that was the icing on the cake. Why? Because he is world champion and event champion. All right, there it is. Yellow flag in the sky, meaning that there is 1 minute until we start off and continue over with the women.
Okay, here we are. Not long there. You can see the yellow flag in the sky, soon to be the green. And they're out on the water just getting ready for the buzzer to beep. And then it's all systems go as we continue with the women's action.
Yeah, and we can see it is Camilo Sedan versus Barbara Escardillo. So let's see, let's get those graphic faces up on the panel as we are about to go into sequence. All right, there it is. Green flag out there as we continue on. Let's get to the action. There we can see Camila Serrana. She is already this heat out there on the water. We're just waiting for confirmations as this was the heat that was abandoned afterwards. All right, so here we have Barbara Escardillo waking her way down, moving along, pushing forwards. Oh, just unfortunately getting caught up. There we can see out the back, Camille Lassaran also. As we continue on, up and down the wave. That is a better turn there from Camille. Very talented strapless freestyler and starting to get herself in waves. She is one of the top strapless freestylers. I say that. We've been seeing her bringing some big moves all the way down. Just losing the kite control there as we continue on. And here we have Barbara Estradillo. So let's get that score graphics up, please, as we can see where these ladies are at the moment.
And there on your screen, Barbara, as we wait, little technical issue there, waiting for the scores and everything else to show. There they go, there they are on the screen. So Camille, obviously we're joining this heat, as this was earlier the ladies' heat that got called off due to the slight water safety issue that we had with our jet ski while that went out and got fixed. So we resume this heat. Camille there, big score so far, 14.01. Barbara needs some work to do, but here sort of flatlining this section, plenty of speed going into this wave. A little turn there on that peak, but just a bit too much power maybe. She's a little bit lit on the kite there, but heat winner at the moment, Camille. Lovely little freestyle move she performed earlier on in the day that got the big 717. It was a front roll rodeo. So very talented rider, this young athlete coming out of Switzerland. Beautiful little part of the world there, all those lakes up in the skies that do blow with the thermal winds. And here she is running backside. Yank on the bar, looping that kite and dropping in. Okay, let's see how this wave shapes up for her. Nice little top turn there. Dropping low, getting up on it again, but not quite forming as she was hoping. There was a little bit more to give on that wave, but deciding against it there. And we can see the camera from above as she decides to turn back. And we'll definitely want to be improving those wave scores, because a 7.17 as a freestyle maneuver early on is pretty much as good as it gets. So no need to look at improving that. It's all about getting the waves. And there's a 1.17 there. That should definitely be improved with 4 minutes left, as we focus now on Barbara switching round. And likes to look at this one. There you go, little pull on the bar. Finds that power, a little bit of a yank and drops in. So here we go, bottom turn. Getting a little bit low on that wave. Manages to get another one. Keeping the balance. Is looking a little bit flaky out there, but she manages to hold it together. Needs another one. There it is, but face planting down into the shore break. Definitely looking like needing to just get a little feel for the wind. Maybe it's a little bit gusty out there. But now, Camille, on your screens, 3.5 minutes to go. Feeling comfortable, feeling confident, and there we have just some of the spectators enjoying this beautiful part of the world. Taiba, Brazil, we sure do love it here. Third event of a 3-week stint that we've been here now. We've seen kite freestyle over in Taiba Lagoon 2 weeks ago. Then last week over here at this competition site, we had the Wing Foiling World Championships, a final stop on the tour. And what a event that was. We had surf freestyle and surf slalom with over 50 riders going at it, chomping at the bit. And now last event, kite surf here with the women. Men is finished, but we also have some hydrofoil freestyle action to come your way as well. So focus now for the rest of the afternoon is on the woman. Round 3, heat 3. Camille in first position, definitely improved on that lower wave score with a 3.73. So let's see if she can improve on that as well, as she drops into a nice looking wave, loops the kite. Decides against it, unfortunately losing the balance. And Barbara here, bending the knees, driving through the fins. One turn, nice little carving turn there. Dropping low, passing Camille. Gets the second turn. Definitely wants a bit more aggressive going into the next turn. But still 2 minutes on the clock, so time to improve the scores. Can still do with another score, as waiting for one to come through. 6.74, Barbara sitting on 16.57 though. Camille putting in the highest score on the women's fleet so far. It is early doors though, round 3. Heat 3, and plenty of heats to come your way. As I can see out of the corner of my eye, Katarina Edin up next. Fly surfer rider just launched a 10-meter kite up in front of the window here, up in front of the booth. So here we have the Swiss rider just taking it easy. No, she had a massive score earlier on in the afternoon, earlier on in the morning, sorry. So doing everything she needs to do at the moment to make it through to the next round. Barbara got some serious chasing to do as we do now enter the final minute of this heat. And look at that view. Wind turbine, in the background. The wind is blowing sort of cross on shore at the moment. We do find at this particular spot it's sort of cross off in the morning, and then as soon as that sun comes up over the palm trees, not only is it a beautiful shot for your camera, but the wind shifts round. Goes from sort of a cross off to cross on. Just doing a little switcheroo. And then with that, it starts pumping, it increases. But let's get some eyes on the action on the water, please. And there we have Barbara. 7.14. So slight improvements there on her scores. Camille again, 16.57. So comfortably in the lead at the moment in the final few seconds. So she will be going through. This probably was the final wave of the heat for her. Just getting amongst this one. Taking it easy. Knows that she's in first position. And there goes the buzzer. And you can see the Qatar Airways flags, our main sponsor, just flapping in the wind. And let's go and have a little look at the highlights from that heat. Okay, and there we are. Nice little view. You can see some of the locals there out shredding, but Gemma is down on the beach with the heat winner from the previous heat.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm down here with Camille, who's winning that heat right there. Camille, it's been a long wait for you guys. You've waited every day throughout the event. Today we also had a long wait all morning. Did it feel good to finally get in the water?
Yeah, we waited all the day to finally go in the water. So I mean, the conditions are quite good, but it was complicated, but I always learn from these experiences, so I'm quite happy, yeah.
Camille, are you enjoying your first year on tour full time? Has it been a good experience for you?
It's been super good. I mean, I'm learning every day, and it's more, the format is more from like in the waves, so it's been complicated for me, but I'm getting used to it more or less, and yeah.
Stuff. What were you riding? Can you tell us about your gear setup?
So I was riding with Duotone, the 10 Neo SLS, and with my Whip 411.
Awesome. Well, Camille, thank you so much. Wish you luck for the next round, and we'll get back to the boys. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gemma. Beautiful to be able to get some interviews with our riders after their heat wins. And there we see Camille going through. Really good performance. Must have been tricky for her because competing earlier on in the morning and then finishing off. But here we have round 3, heat 4. Estefania Rosa from Brazil against Katarina Edin, the Swedish fly surfer athlete. So both these riders have been chomping, waiting to get riding. Katarina there on your screens.
And let's not forget, Katarina Edin is currently 3rd on the overall rankings here of the 2022 GTK Quite World Tour. And she is getting ready to rumble as it is time for the ladies to shine. Just coming up on 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Sunset is around 5:30, so I reckon we've got a decent, probably about another hour to hour and a half of competition. And here we have Katarina pumping that kite around. Nice, initiated on her first. Good turn. Battle there. Look at the face. Pumping out. You can see the determination. Oh, there you go. Katarina is a very good surfer. She's a really good longboard surfer as well. And here we have Estefania Rosa, who came out on the top 5 of the Twin Tip Freestyle. And let's see how she can do in the waves. Looking pretty good at the moment.
Yeah, Katarina is a fierce and feisty competitor, always looking to do well. And yeah, here she is on your screens, front and center. Just blasting her way to the edge of the competition area. Definitely would want to have a very good result and make it through to the final bitter ends here, as we are now on the final stop of what has been a great calendar all round. Challenging conditions here though, a little bit different to our previous stopover in Dakar where the waves and the wind was firing. So they definitely got to pick and choose the right waves. And here on your screen now, Estefania Rosa.
Yeah, let's not forget 40-minute heats, 4-minute transitions. We have 2 of the best athletes out there at the moment. Katarina Edin in the lead with a 5.67 for that first wave, already engaging and throwing down the hammer nice and easy. But here we have Estefania Rosa. I'm going to say it looks like the waves are looking nicer out there.
Yeah, definitely. They are starting to shape up really nicely. Just turning on. Now the women are getting on the water. And there on your screen, Katarina Edin. Just having a little look what's around. Just enjoying the Brazilian sun there, beating down. Driving through the fins, blasting upwind. There she is. Not going to see anything here on this one. Oh, maybe just a little bit of a freestyle move there, trying to grab the board.
Yeah, trying to do a back roll. Board off there from Katarina Edin, but unfortunately just not quite getting it. As you can see, I mean, look at the look on her face. She is in focus mode. She is in that narrow point, just going forward. And at the moment in the lead, Estefania Rosa had a nice wave there before, but going off the back a little bit too early. Early moments of the heat though, because let's not forget 14 minutes of action as we continue on here. Round number 3 of the women, heat number 4. Whoever wins out of this heat will be going straight through to the 5th round, and whoever loses has another chance there in round number 4.
Yeah, these rounds are great for these riders just to adapt to the conditions, get a little feel for what it's like to compete out of this spot. I mean, they've been shredding here for a while now, training. Ooh, Estefania nearly going down there, getting a little bit of a bump from that wave and coming close to the competitor there. And Katarina Edin just so fierce looking on the face, and here's that last maneuver where just unable there. Oh no, that was one we didn't quite catch there. Yanking on the line, trying to keep herself on her feet. So scores to drop there.
Yeah, so at the moment, Estefania Rosa, Catarina Edin. Then coming up next, we will have Bruna Kajia going up against Kessiane Rodrigues. Kessiane Rodrigues, the Brazilian champion. Bruna coming in second position. So we are going to have another Brazilian final out there on the water pretty much. Bruna coming from the freestyle. And I tell you what, this lady can throw down with one of the top freestylers out there in the world. And she already had an amazing event over in Taiba.
Very, very good event. And correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, but I think this might be potentially her first wave event.
It definitely is her first wave event, and we're going to have to see how she is going to do. We already saw her get second position in the Brazilian Championships, and now waiting to see how she is going to do out there on the water, as she came in third position there in that Brazilian contest. And now Estefania Rosa dropping in. She's got good wave selection, just needs to stop going off the top of the wave.
Yeah, you can see there just losing a bit of momentum as soon as she gets to that top of the wave, just losing a little bit of grit there. And again, same problem. You've hit the nail on the head on that one, Joe. Just not quite engaging at the right moment, but very, very good wave selection. Plenty of time left to adapt and get a feel for the conditions. And, you know, no one's going home after this round either. So it's a learning curve. You can sort of get a good idea. And now under 9 minutes on the clock. A few more scores have dropped. Catalina Edit in first position, 7.50 to, well, a real nice wave score there. And still waiting for another score to drop. Estefania Rosa, 3 scores on the scoreboard, 4.27. So definitely wanting to increase on those ones. Freestyle there scoring a 0.77 with just the air. So that will be an area for improvement for her. But here we have Catalina Edin dropping in. Let's see how this one shapes up. Switches feet, but I think decides against it now. Goes for that back roll again with the board grab. Just unfortunately goes down.
So Katerina put in the work early with that 5.67. Both of these athletes yet to get another good score up there. Estefania Rosa not being able to pull the goods off so far, but we will have to see. We will have to see. One of the things I love about Katerina, she really does focus on her wave riding. We've seen her do documentaries with Jalou Langere, who just released her documentary not so long ago, being out there down in South Africa. And I know Katerina is going to be spending a few months down there. Very talented surfer. And, you know, she also has a little bit of a mix on some of the freestyle moves, because as we've been saying, what we're looking for is the most complete kite surfer out there on the planet. And if you want to do that, like James Carew was saying down there, he put the work in on the freestyle, got the moves, starting to add it up with the waves. And here we can see, all right, Estefania looking a little bit better, but just doesn't have the control.
No, the control will hopefully come with a little bit, you know, just time on the water. That's all it is, time on the water. And you can see here Catalina Edin making use of this wave, just getting caught there in the wave as it breaks. Getting sucked right into the beach. But here, nice replay, running backside, Matthew Lopez style. Yanking on the lines, you can see untwisting the bar at the same time. Good control, showing nice carvy turns there. This is a little bit of a nicer one there, getting a little bit higher up on the wave. And that's exactly what our judges are looking for again. You know, getting the spray, engaging the fins before that wave closes out.
Yeah, you can see just getting down here, almost needing some wheels as she makes her way onto the sand. Out there on the apple tree boards coming out of Portugal. Really nice boards, those. We also have one of our judges, Paulino Pereira, is involved in the development, and these shapes are working very well.
Yeah, really nice boards, those. Really nice boards.
Yeah, there you can see apple tree boards. So yeah, factories in Portugal coming out of Holland. The brand is Dutch. And these boys have been throwing down some of the nicest boards out there on the market. And as I mentioned, we have our judges, Paulino Pereira, involved And I had to try one of those boards not so long ago. Really nice, light construction, and very strong.
Yeah, the old Apollino, I think it's called. Doesn't get off that thing when he's on the water. But here, Estefania getting involved. Let's see if she can really start to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And just getting caught up there, losing control again. But still, you know, is time on the clock. You can see a few low scores there. We'll definitely want to improve. I think that Lillian Sanders there just helping her out.
And that's it. Look at her having fun. This is what the event's about. We want to see those smiles. We want to see those smiles. And they are just enjoying each other and just having the good vibes here on the beach. But Katarina Edding, 13.50, going for that front roll rotation. But unfortunately going down. And here we can see the beautiful view of our competition area. And look at the lines stacked up out there. It looks like we have a nice set coming. Estefania dropping in. She has the wave selection. As soon as this girl gets the turns together, she's going to be able to go. Forgets about the kite. With these onshore conditions, you need to get that kite. Pull that kite along. All right, that's a better wave. Can she get it together? No, she doesn't. Going down.
Yeah, but a smile on the face, enjoying her time out there. You can see where the lines were sort of pointing there. Maybe the kite was a little bit high at 12 o'clock. And sometimes what that does, it just yanks you off the wave a little bit. It can pull you above where you want to be. And here, little replay of that last wave. Just gets that turn there, but you can see there, falls and doesn't have the control on the board. Kite was a little bit high. Exactly probably why that happened there. Just yanked her off her board. And there, eyes in the skies. You can see our competition area. Katarina Edin coming in to the shallows. Nice. Goes down a little bit, but keeps it together. Little freestyle move there. Let's see what that one comes in at. As she starts to head out back towards the competition area. Estefania Rosa a little bit downwind now. Wouldn't be surprised if she comes in and runs up the beach. And here's that replay of that last move.
Yeah, nice little transition back roll, but just not quite getting it there. And Estefania getting the waves. I reckon as soon as she starts to get the turns, she will start to make some numbers. But watch out, because she is looking like another wave is going to be coming her way. But Katarina Edding putting that big score up on the beginning with a 5.67. Then that second score of a 6.00. She is comfortably in the lead.
Yeah, two very, very good wave scores there. Likes this little move, doesn't she? Just unfortunately loses the board. She's gone for that quite a handful of times now. And yes, there we have Estefania walking up the beach.
Yeah, there you can see with some of the other Brazilian riders. And just enjoying the competition here. We can see Eta down there, our head of photography, getting all those golden shots. And here it is, as we are just entering the last 2 minutes. And there we can see our competition haven here. And we are in that center container in the middle. We'd be jumping out the window if we could, so you could see us. And this is where we see all the goods. We see the best kite surfing, kite balling, kite foiling, hydrofoil, freestyling, you name it with a kite. We've seen it here in Taiba.
Also with a wing, we had a great wing action last week. Stuff to remember, memories that will last a lifetime. We've been crowning world champions left, right, and blimmin' centre.
Yes, we have. And now just coming out there with James Carew. Let's not forget also the ladies up there, as it is all up for grabs, because we have Capuzina, Delanois in first, Frances Kelly in second, Joanna Catalina Eden in third, Zoe Basili, who isn't here, in fourth, and Kessiani Rodriguez in fifth. So pretty much the first, the second, the third, and the fifth contender. Anything can happen. We will have to see as these heats start going on. Those contenders will start going smaller and smaller, because it is going to be close out there. Anybody's game, and this is why we love it at the moment. It has pretty much in all different disciplines has come down to the final heat or the final event of the season.
It's been brilliant, Joe. It really, really has been a great moment to be a part of, and we can see here, Katarina, it looks like the kite may have got caught in the wave there. Yeah, fighting with the lines. Let's watch that little replay. I think that's maybe the 5th or 6th time she's gone for that move there, managing to definitely stay on her feet, but I think the kite just crashing into the wave there. And now as we enter the final moments of this heat, 30 seconds now on the clock. Katarina Edin looking like she's definitely going to be making it through into round number 5.
Yeah, comfortable victory there for her. Comfortable victory. As you said, she is going to be making her way through into round number 5. And then we are going to be seeing Estefania Rosa battle it out in round number 4. Coming up next, we are going to be seeing 2 very strong and talented Brazilian athletes, Bruna Cagia versus Kessiane Rodriguez. All right, and there it is, the end of that heat. And while we're waiting for the next heat to come on, we are going to grab the highlights of the best action in between Katarina Edin and Estefania Rosa. And welcome back, everybody, as we saw some great action out there on the water. And we continue on. Coming up next will be the final heat of the day in between Kessiani Rodriguez and Bruna Kajia. But down there on the beach with Gemma, we have the winner of the previous heat throwing down early, Katarina Edding.
Thank you so much, Joe. Kata, it was so nice to see you out riding there. It looks like you had fun. You've been waiting quite a long time today to get out on the water. Did you enjoy your heat?
Yeah, wow. We've been waiting a few days now, so yeah, I was really excited to get out there, and yeah, super happy that I managed to go through this one. And yeah, it was a bit, it was light. I was on my 10 meter, but it was perfect to ride the waves. But for the trick, I was really struggling, so I didn't really get a good score for that. But anyway, I'm happy to be here, and yeah, my family has been patiently waiting for this as well. So.
Also, you made quite a last-minute decision to come to Brazil from South Africa. It's a very long way for you. What motivated you to come and join us here in Taiba?
Well, I'm really enjoying competing at the moment. I had a really good time in Morocco, and yeah, after the competition I was kind of just relaxing. I didn't think about competing so much, and then yeah, I started to kind of think about it just a few weeks before, and then yeah, I was like, man, I have to go.
Well, I think you made the right choice, because I think these conditions are very favorable to you. You look very comfortable out in the water. So congratulations. We'll see you through in the next round, I hope. Do you want to send a message to everyone watching at home?
Yes, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Mom and Dad, Aaron, Sarah, everyone at home, and yeah, and also the fly surfer team in South Africa. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Kata. Good luck for your next round. And for now, that's a wrap for today. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the first possible start at 8:30, starting with the Hydrofoil-Freestyle, and then moving on to you guys later on when the conditions are suitable. So that's it from us. Thanks a lot.